Hi, this is Cy Porter with figure drawing tips and tutorials. So let's go ahead and start drawing a figure here. I'm going to start not with posed figures, but just standing figures so I can demonstrate some of the basic proportional measurements. And we covered working out the lower half of the figure and another one here. Okay, and so here's the chest barrel. Okay, so I covered the shoulders a little bit, the way they're very movable. The top arc of the chest barrel is more of a constant, and the shoulders, I'm just going to throw them back a little bit. I'm going to have them there rotating, not rotating, they're following the arc back behind the chest barrel a little bit. Or it could be a female figure, shoulders are smaller than a male figure. And, okay, so you have your chest barrel here, and like with your elbow, kind of bring your elbow in, like, stand or sit up straight, bring your elbow in, and just see how it rests a little bit below the ribs here. So that'll be the length of this arm here, and I call it the lower arm. This arm, this length right here is a little bit shorter from the anchor point here to here. Deltoids always kind of ride more on top of where the arm is anchored to its point of here's the clavicle here. The collarbones, think of them as little arms connected to the clavicle. So the anchor point here rides wherever these collarbones move. So if the collarbones move up here, this anchor point for the arm moves with it. So here's the elbow out here, and hands. When I start out, I really try not to be too concerned. Good example, the hands, I start out with just a very, blob shape. Can always, think a little bit more about how it'll take shape as it goes along. Now you can see the length here. I'll show you how all these lengths are going to change. This arm's receding in space, so for this point, at this point, I make it much shorter than it is here. But this here, okay, here's your eye. We're looking at it from the side. Think of it as a camera, okay? When you have a length, that would be, an arm length. Perpendicular to the camera, it's going to stay the same length, but when it goes back in space, it gets shorter. So, and when it goes forward in space, it gets shorter. See this curve here? So this here is perpendicular to the view, so it stays roughly the same length, and this is a little shorter because it's a little bit at angle to the view. So, and I discussed the neck before and the central axis of the head. Now once the head, I'll probably end up spending as much time on the head as I do the rest of the body, if not more. If I continue to make these, it'll probably all be about face and expression and skull structure It just happens to be the part of the body I focus on a lot more than the rest of it. There's a lot there. It's actually the one part where it's handy to know a lot of muscles and stuff. So, you know, these feet here. This is a basic, mapping out a basic figure, just a standing position. And the reason I'm making these tutorials is I really would like to bring traffic to the website that features my animation work. So I'm a little like Channel 9, but I'm not asking for money. I'll take it if you give it to me, but what I would really like is to draw an audience to this website. So I'd appreciate it if you check out some animation work. I really enjoy making it. So I think this will wrap up this tutorial. I'll continue. I'll draw the same figure from different angles in the next tutorial, and I hope you have a great day.